Hello, Internet Nation. Alex and Ashley here with a blog for you guys. You'll have to excuse me because I'm coming down off of the squeamishness of watching a tongue-splitting video, because as jumbled as this intro is, that is what today's video is about. Somewhat. This is my first time recording on this phone. And it's easier this way, yeah. So, hello, Internet Nation. Okay, so I just watched a tongue splitting video because I've been wanting to get my tongue split for a while now, and I have officially contacted an artist. I technically contacted them in January, but then they wanted to verify my identity and they never got back to me. And now April comes along and I reached out to them because I felt like even if I wasn't verified, if they were like, hey, you're an imposter, you're not a real person, you're a corporate entity, then I feel like they would have told me that. But they didn't say anything, so I reached out again and ended up getting in contact with somebody, and it ended up setting up an appointment for May, for next month. So next month, this thing is gonna happen, and I am so excited and so scared. And I will say this, I'm scared because I am very afraid of pain. If you've been following these vlogs for a long time, if you watch any of my tattoo and piercing videos, you would know that I am a little bitch. I will gladly tell you that I'm a little bitch because I will cry up until the point of having it done, and then get it done and it doesn't feel like anything, and then make fun of the rest of the world because my pain tolerance is up here, even though I'm a little bitch. So I'm very scared about the whole premise of this. I hear it takes like a long time. Now I'm getting my tongue split by Sampa von Cyborg, which in itself is really exciting because he's one of those, like, he's like the person for like tongue splitting and ear pointing. From what I've seen, like other people, I'm not necessarily sure of all the artists out there, all the body modifiers out there who are pointing ears. I've tried doing the research because it is something I've wanted to do, and I will do it eventually. But that shit was so expensive. Like, granted, it's like, okay, understandable for what you're getting from it, and I'm pretty sure other artists are probably cheaper. I'm pretty sure if I went to like an artist who was like based in America compared to like Sampa, who I believe originally lives somewhere in Europe and just travels to America for like business stuff like this. So I'm pretty sure that would be cheaper, but he was a surgeon before this, and from what I've seen, his work with ear pointing is just far superior than other people's. You get that nice, clean, elven born this way look compared to like a lot of the other artists that I've seen where they kind of have like this bend and it looks weird. But I digress. That's not what this is about. This is about tongue splitting. So, I received the email the other day and I paid for my deposit and all that fun stuff, and part of the email said that I should remove my tongue ring if my tongue was pierced, and my tongue ring is gone, which that in itself was a huge deal for me because I've been very attached to that. I think I've had it since I was 19, and I'm 26 now, so I've had it for, no, not 19. I got it in like 2014. So 21, I guess. which isn't that long when you think about it, but I have been very attached to it. It is one of those things where it's like, I'm not necessarily sure what people do with their tongues when it's not like they're not talking or using it, because I feel like my tongue just kind of sits there. But with the tongue ring in, you become very aware of your tongue. And when you have a smaller mouth like I do, it's kind of like a lot of the time I was wearing a curved barbell in my tongue in place of a regular bar, because a tongue bar is too long for my mouth and it'll give me this really drastic lisp. There's a naked guy behind me. You could be in my vlog, naked guy. The world loves naked guys. But yes, I took my tongue ring out, and I think you can see the hole here. You can still kind of see the hole, but I'm 90% sure that it's closed. I'm pretty sure the morning I woke up after taking it out, it was just closed. And I wanted to have taking it out on video, but then I got really drunk, and then I took it out in the heat of the moment while walking to the store and totally forgot. But I'm pretty sure you guys didn't want to see me like stick my hands in my mouth anyway, or maybe you do. And actually, I'm pretty sure that there are people that are into that on the internet. I'm sorry to have deprived you of that, but I digress. Anyway, I'm going to be journaling my journey, I suppose, because this is one of those things that I've wanted for a while now. It's not really one of those. It's kind of like with my microdermal, how I wanted it and then put it off for like 2 years because one, it was expensive, and two, I thought it was going to be like the most painful thing that I was ever going to experience. Now, I've watched a video for this. I've been watching a whole bunch of people's experience talking about this, and I just watched a video of somebody getting it done. I'm hoping it's a fast procedure because I'm a little bitch, and I already know that I'm probably going to need to have somebody go with me, and I can't have anybody in the room with me. But I feel like if I leave the room and there's nobody there to like offer some sort of comfort, like, hey, you did it, or let's go look at ice cream now because you can't use your tongue for a while, then I'm probably going to be like really upset unless I get like a cab home and then just take the cab home and then just be home for the rest of the day, like bleeding from the mouth. I'm contemplating if I should get like take time off of work, because you're not supposed to like do a lot of strenuous activity, and my job is walking dogs, which is a lot of strenuous activities. You have to say a lot of names, and a lot of the times it's a lot of Bodhi, no, down, off, or stop pumping that dog, or stop pumping me, or Bodhi, god damn it. But I've already just decided that I'm just gonna like get a voice recorder for Bodhi specifically to say Bodhi, no, down, off. Everybody else, they're pretty chill. You guys, I'm extremely nervous and excited. I feel as though between things from my brand constantly like being thrusted upon me, even if it's not like people actually buying things, just the interest. Like literally 3, 4 people stopped me in the span of 2 days to ask me about simply my Allah sweater, which is one of my like most basic designs. That compared to finding an apartment, to finally, this is something I've wanted done for mayhaps years. Like before, it was like, oh, I'll do that and I want it, but I don't know if I'll ever do it, because it's one of those things where it's like, I grew up in a household where it was like, you can't be who you want to be, and you can't do what you want to do, and you can't look how you want to look because society's gonna think this and society's gonna think that. But you know what? I don't really want society telling me what to do with my body. So, once you get past the like, oh, I'm too afraid to pierce this, or I'm too afraid to tattoo that because of how my family's gonna see it, then you just kind of like, well, it's my body, and I should be comfortable with my body. And I mean, I might be a little extra and extravagant because of my past history, but it's kind of like a form of rape to me when people try to dictate what I do with my body. Because, you know, it kind of is. It's kind of like when the European settlers came in and they raped America, you know? So, like, it's kind of like that. You're coming in, you're telling me how I should feel, what I should do, and it's just like, okay, you can go over there and you can slowly push yourself to suicide, and I'll stay over here, and I'll just keep doing things that put a smile on my face. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna take this one crazy mod, and I'm gonna make this adrenaline of, damn, I actually made it through that because I already gave them the money, and I'm probably just gonna be really scared, and I'm just gonna be like, look, I'm just gonna sit here, and I'm gonna keep my tongue out, and you tell me what to do with my tongue, and I'm gonna close my eyes, and I'm probably gonna start to cry, but don't you let that stop you. You just keep cutting. I'm just gonna sit here, and I'm just gonna cry, and then it's gonna be over, and everything's gonna be great, and then it's just gonna be great, and you never know. Maybe this one thing is gonna build up the confidence so that I can do, maybe get the eyes tattooed or the ears pointed. Well, no, the ears are gonna get pointed. When the ears get pointed, it was like, they say that you're not supposed to talk about price, but I feel like that just makes things difficult because at the end of the day, I contacted these people for a price, and I had to wait months just to get just to like decide if this was something that I really wanted to do. But like when it comes down to it, ear pointing is 2, 3 times more expensive than a tongue split, which I get it. I get it logistically. It is a lot simpler, probably. It's a lot less of a surgical procedure to split the tongue down the middle. But you guys, look. And I hadn't realized just how much I stuck my tongue out until I took the ring out, because the ring would stop my tongue from getting between my teeth, and it couldn't go out so far, so I couldn't stick it out. So I'd just be like, hmm. And then I had to play with it from there, but now it's just like unencumbered, and I feel, for one, I feel happier. Ironically, after taking my tongue ring out, I've become aware of how much I stick my tongue out on the daily, just like averagely, which is a lot. And just the simple fact that now I actually can do it makes me really happy. And the simple fact that soon there will be 2 of them makes me even happier. And I thought about getting them split. Not split. I thought about getting them pierced after they were split. But then, just simply for one, I feel like the pain's gonna be so much that I don't really want to do anything else to my tongue for a while. But at the same time, I feel like this is just gonna feel far more comfortable than when I had it pierced. Because when I had it pierced, it was kind of uncomfortable all the time, for me at least, because it's just how long the ring is and how small my mouth is. So there was always this big piece of metal that I would play with constantly, yes, because it was there. And it helped with the oral fixation, but at the same time, it kind of got in the way. And even now, like, I feel like I can smoke better and not, like, cough as much without the tongue ring in. But that's just me. That's just me. I also feel like my septum piercings make my nose run. And not even because there's, like, 2. Just because, like, before, just when there was, like, this one, the original one, it was always making my nose run. So I was having a runny nose, but you suffer for these things. But this isn't about my nose, this is about my tongue. There's gonna be 2 of those, you guys. But anyway, this was just an initial video to jump into this journey, to broadcast, to share my feelings, I suppose, because the people in my life are very lackluster to talk to. I'm tired of getting, I don't know, they just kind of respond in a manner where it's like, yeah, I kind of just said that. You're not really offering me anything to advance the conversation. You're just kind of like rephrasing what I just said and asking me to confirm what I just said. Like, it wasn't even like, I think I'm gonna do this. And I was like, I'm definitely gonna do this, and this is how I feel about that. I just dropped my phone. And then instead of being like, oh, that's cool, this is how I feel about that, or what does that mean to you, or why do you want to do that, or what is the significance, everyone's just like, yeah, cool, cool, cool. And I'm just like, wow, you're really boring, and this isn't about that, so I'm not going to get into that. That's the subject for another vlog. So you guys, it's happening. It's happening. Like going down your first hill on a longboard, it's happening. You know, I feel like I have a lot to talk about with my 3 followers who may possibly potentially still watch my videos, or, you know, like my 1.2 followers, and then future me who's gonna watch these videos on like May 10th when it's like 2 days to the appointment, or like May 13th as I'm sitting on the train to Jersey, or the bus to Jersey, and I'm just like, oh my god, what am I doing? Am I doing this? This is happening. Like going down on a hill on a longboard for the first time. I'm not ready, but it's happening. And you know what? It's going to be amazing, and it's going to hurt, but you know what? Life kind of hurts, and being in a physical form kind of hurts, and having scoliosis kind of hurts, and whatever the hell happens, just scoliosis in general, that's like constant pain. So I feel like if I can go through constant pain constantly, then what's a little discomfort, you know? I'm really trying to like talk myself down to this, because I literally watched a video of the procedure, and it's like, oh yeah, cool, that looks evasive and whatnot, but I've been through evasive multiple times, you know? So then at that point it's just like, oh yeah, you know, okay, they're cutting the tongue open, and look at all the muscles and the blood and the, okay, I was literally so squeamish that my soul tried to jump out of my body, and I could feel just the squeamishness from my stomach. But you know what? It's different when it's happening to you compared to like when it's happening in front of you, I guess. I don't know, you guys. I'm not ready for this, but it's happening, and the time is nigh, and soon your boy is gonna have a split tongue. He's gonna have 2 tongues, and maybe he's gonna pierce them. The he is me in this situation, and maybe, no, not maybe, definitely, I'm gonna have a split tongue, and I'm gonna be slightly closer to my image of perfection, and I'm super excited about this. Can you tell? Alright, so I'm gonna end this video here, and I'm gonna... Another thing about that, I've been on a journey lately, and I've been getting places slowly, and I feel like at this point things are happening, and I've been very afraid of the things that are happening, but I've been doing them nonetheless. These things are very scary, but the best way to get things done is to at least do it, you know? Not even like trying to do it, because it's like better to fail at something than to like have to attempt and then fail because you didn't really do it. You just kind of like trying to skip rocks, but instead of throwing the rocks at the water, you throw the rocks at the shore. Not the shore, at the sand, if that makes sense. So I feel like by the time that is actually, I'd like to believe that by the time that I'm actually on a bus heading to Jersey, I will have mentally prepared myself for this. I will have become the person that I need to be for this procedure, so that I can go through it with poise and grace and step into this aspect of my life, because I am ready, and it's going to be painful, and it's going to be emotionally painful, but I feel like the emotional pain isn't going to be nearly as bad as the physical pain, and the physical pain probably isn't going to be nearly as bad as the emotional pain. So it's probably just going to be an endless cycle of pain that's not that bad. But you know what? I'm a little bitch, and I don't like pain, but I digress. Thank you guys for listening, and I shall see you next time.